find the slope of 2 points, you have a couple options. Option number 1 is to actually take some graph paper and graph those 2 points and find the rise over run. So in this example, we have the points 0, 2, and 3, 4. So if I plot those points on my graph, and then I find the rise of 2, the run of 3, therefore my slope, rise over run, is going to be 2 over 3. So let's see if we notice a pattern. What else could we do so that we don't actually have to graph these points every time? Well, if I look at my y values, you'll notice the difference between 4 and 2 is 2, which is the top number of my slope. And if I look at the x values, the difference between 3 and 0 is 3, which is my change in x, or the bottom number of my slope. So this works for every single problem. We can actually use this formula if we have an xy value and a second xy value. If I find the difference in my y values over the difference in my x values, that is another way to find the slope, just by subtracting the y's over the x's. So the order of the points doesn't matter when you're subtracting, but you have to start with the same coordinates for x and y. So I'm going to use those same coordinates that we've been working with, but this time I'm going to color code, and I'm going to do the first point as purple and the second coordinate as orange. So in this example, I'm going to start with the orange coordinate. So I'm going to do 4 minus the purple 2 over the orange 3 minus the purple 0. So 4 minus 2 is 2, 3 minus 0 is 3, so my slope is 2/3. Let's do the same thing, except this time we're going to start with the purple coordinate. So 2 minus 4 would be -2 over 0 minus 3, which is -3. If you recall, a negative over a negative cancels out, therefore I still get the result of 2/3. So again, it doesn't matter the order, just make sure if you need to color code, you just have to start with the same value for x and y. In our last example, let's suppose we know the slope, but we're missing one of the values of the coordinates. So we've got the coordinates 4, 2, and 8y, and we know the slope needs to be 5/4. So the first thing we want to do is to plug in what we know. So I'm going to start with my second coordinate, y minus 2 over 8 minus 4. So the 8 minus 4 works out to be 4, my denominator. Now I have to ask myself, well, what number minus 2 equals 5? And hopefully you said 7. Therefore, I know the missing y value in this case is 7, so that I get my slope of 5/4.